All right, we've been closely following markets here. Starting off with this breaking news, this is the GDP and essentially the gross domestic product. This is how you're going to understand typically how analysts or economists are going to tell you if you're in a recession or if you're not. And you saw what happened back in 2020. That'll bring you nightmares, right? That was in Q2, right when the pandemic started. You saw negative quarters there, Q1 and Q2 of last year, but then you've seen some positive territory in Q3. And then the news came in this morning, while it still slowed, but there was potential growth there. It came in at 2.9%. So not ideal, but it still is in positive territory. So the big question there, Emma, now is you see those two numbers that are in positive territory. Does that mean that you're in a recession, that you're not?
Let's ask Tomas Philipson, the former chair of the White House Council of Economic Advisors in the Trump administration. Thomas, welcome. Is this a sign of a potential recession, or is the economy turning around?
Well, it's certainly good growth, but it's a statement about the last quarter, which is kind of ancient history, particularly for markets. So what we saw in December, the last month of the quarter, is a lot less rosy than we saw in these data today. So in December, consumers took a big hit in retail spending, industrial production went down, temporary jobs are being cut, et cetera. So economists are a lot more worried about the future than this sort of report looking in the past for the last 3 months.
When we look at, in terms of recession, there are many aspects of it. One is talking about jobs and job cuts. Layoffs happened today, an announcement. More companies, look on your screen here, SAP to cut up to 3,000 jobs worldwide. IBM cuts almost 4,000 jobs. Layoffs continue to hit big tech companies like Meta and Google. Now it's going to software-based tech companies. There are others out there as well that we've seen. And it seems like each week we continue to see these layoffs. And a lot of it has to do with that tech boom for so many folks that had to stay at home, obviously, during 2020. Things have changed since then.
Yeah, I mean, the tech grew enormously during COVID, right? When there wasn't face-to-face activity, we relied a lot more on tech. What you've seen in the layoffs is tech is taking the lead on that in the labor market. The labor market is still very tight. There's a lot more open jobs than there are people looking for work, potentially because we're paying so much we're paying people a lot to actually stay home still. But you saw also today, in today's number at 8:30, we had jobless claims, which is a very sort of fast measure. It's measured weekly. And that came in better than expected, around 180,000. We thought it was going to be above 200,000, et cetera. So the job market is still looking very strong. And economists have kind of over-predicted how quick this recession is going to come, if it comes at all. And that's kind of troublesome.
Yeah, indeed. You definitely don't want to be one of those people who gets alerted that you no longer have a job at a company. That's never good news, as we know. Tomas Philipson, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.